Here are the most common mistakes to avoid when using a miter saw. Mistake 1. Bypassing the safety devices. It is simply forbidden to block the guard, to remove the guard, or to modify the saw to lock it in an on position. Put the saw aside and stop using it if the guard isn't working properly, even just a little. And if regular maintenance doesn't fix the problem, have your saw serviced by a qualified repair person that is recognized by the manufacturer. Mistake 2. Placing your hands too close to the blade. Blade binding can pull your hand into the blade. You must always keep hands out of the no-hand zone marked with visible lines. Mistake 3. Cutting a small workpiece without securing it. Small unrestrained pieces can be thrown by the blade. When the workpiece is too small to keep your hand at a safe distance, it needs to be secured using a workpiece clamp or a C-clamp. If the workpiece is too small to be securely clamped, then a miter saw is not the right tool for the job. Mistake 4. Making a cut freehand. Unrestrained or moving workpieces can be thrown at high speeds. The workpiece must always be firmly held against the table and the fence to keep it stable. For this same reason, you should never cut stacked workpieces. Mistake 5. Cutting a warped workpiece that is placed the wrong way. Warped workpieces can twist or shift during the cut and can cause binding and kickback. During the cut, you need to make sure that there is no gap between the workpiece and the table. There shouldn't be a gap between the workpiece and the fence either. Mistake 6. Positioning your hands in line with the blade. It's sometimes difficult to judge how close our hand is to the moving blade. To better gauge the distance, simulate a complete cut lowering the saw head and adjust your position before turning the saw on. Mistake 7. Supporting the workpiece cross-handed. Your arm can be in the blade's path without you realizing it. Almost all miter saws are designed for right-handers. The risk of crossing your arm under the blade is therefore higher when you're left-handed. To avoid placing your arm in the blade's path, the cut-off piece should be on the right if you are right-handed, or on the left if you are left-handed. So when you're left-handed, both your hands are sometimes on the same side of the blade. Mistake 8. Not properly supporting large workpieces. The cut-off piece or workpiece can tip and lift the lower guard. When cutting a large workpiece, you can use sawhorses to support it. But if you need to cut large workpieces often, it's better to use a miter saw stand with adjustable arms. A colleague does not provide adequate support. Mistake 9. Forgetting to lock the saw head when making a chop cut. When fastening devices are loose, the workpiece can be violently thrown towards us. All levers, knobs, and pins need to be locked before making a cut. The saw should also be securely mounted to a miter saw stand or a workbench. Mistake 10. Cutting an irregular workpiece without clamping it. Irregular workpieces have a tendency to slip, shift, or roll while being cut. You need to plan your cut to keep the workpiece from moving. In some cases, the workpiece needs to be properly positioned on top of being clamped. And sometimes, you need a fixture designed to properly support the workpiece along with a clamp. Mistake 11. Cutting before the blade has reached full speed. The blade can bite into the workpiece and throw it towards us. You have to switch on the saw in its upright position and then wait a few seconds before lowering it. Mistake 12. Raising the blade before it has come to a complete stop. The workpiece can be thrown towards us. When the cut is finished, release the trigger switch, wait for the blade to come to a complete stop, and then raise the saw head. Never reach for a cut-off piece while the blade is coasting. Obviously, a miter saw is made for sawing, but you need to know how to use it properly and ask yourself if it's the right tool for the job. Turn to the APCHQ's prevention programs and action sheets for more details and all the safety instructions you need to know.